guys. So first of all, what is routing in React? So basically, routing is a technique of switching from one part of your application to another part of your application. So what is routing in React? Routing is a technique, or you can call mechanism, to switch from one part of application to the another part of the application. To the another part of the application. That is what we call as a routing. So if you have, let's assume that on the screen you are showing only like this sign up or sign in component only. Let's assume that you are showing only sign in component. So only sign in is there. Apart from that, nothing is there. Now here we have a link called sign up. Now the moment I click on this link, now we have to remove this sign in component and we have to render sign up component. And the same way, if I click on this sign in link, then we have to remove this sign up component. We have to render this sign in component. This process we call as a routing, means switching from one part of your application to another part of your application. So to implement routing in React application, React doesn't provide any kind of functionality or feature. So routing directly we cannot implement using React library. So routing directly we cannot implement using React library. That is the reason we are going to take the help of another library called React Router DOM. So using React Router DOM. So we have one more library called React Router DOM. So using React Router DOM, we can implement routing in React application. We can implement routing in React application. So we have to take the help of another library called React Router DOM. So what is routing? Routing is a technique or mechanism to switch from one part of application to another part of the application. Routing directly, we cannot implement using React library. So if you cannot implement routing with React library, then what to do? Then we have to depend on some external library. And that external library is React Router DOM. So using React Router DOM, we can implement routing in React application. So for this, we have to do two things. First, we have to install React Router DOM. Then we have to do configuration of React Router DOM with our application. These are the two steps we have to implement. Now, how to install React Router DOM? For that, we have to simply use the command npm install space react -router -DOM. This is the command we have to use to install React Router DOM in our application. So let's install. So let's go to our application. Now let me close all this. Now let's open terminal. And now here I am using the command npm install react -router -DOM. The moment you enter, this package is going to install or download in your application. Now, how to identify whether it is installed or download in our application? For that, go to the package.json file and check here. In package.json file, open package.json file, and under dependencies, you check whether you got React Router DOM or not. If you got here React Router DOM, it means successfully this library or this package is installed or downloaded in your application. Now let's close that part. Now, next we have to configure it. So to configure React Router DOM with our React application, we have to follow some steps. What are those steps? Let me here add. The first step is wrap browser router component of React Router DOM, or not browser router, here I have to say app. Okay, wrap app component of React inside the browser router component of React Router DOM. This is the first step we have to do. Browser router component of React Router DOM. So this is the first step we have to do. So what we have to do? We have to wrap app component of React inside the browser router component of React Router DOM. So for this, you have to go to your application. Now this is our application. Now inside the SRC, under main.jsx file, we are rendering our app component. So let me remove this strict mode. So remove this strict mode, just keep app. So inside the main.jsx file, our app component is rendering. Now this app component, we have to wrap inside the browser router component of React Router DOM. That is the first step we have to do. So how to do for that? Inside our main.jsx file, you have to import a component from React Router DOM. Which component you have to import from this library? That is browser router. A browser router is a predefined component which we have to import from the React Router DOM. Now our app component, this app component you can remove from here. So inside this render, first render this browser router component like opening tag and closing tag. And inside this opening and closing tag, add our app component. This is called wrapping app component inside browser router component. This is the first step we have to do. So I will take this screenshot of this code and I will add in our paint file. This is the meaning of wrapping browser app component inside the browser router component. This is the first step we have to do. Now, second step, we have to configure route paths to our links. Second step is configure route path to our links. Second step is we have to configure route path to our links. So in our case, links are nothing but this. So if I go to that sign up, this sign up is a link. This forgot password is a link. And even in sign up page, that sign in is a link. So we have to go to those links and we have to configure route path. So what is the meaning of configuring route path? Let me explain you. So first, let me close this main.jsx and let me go to the sign in component. So sign in.jsx. Now inside this sign in component, we created two links. So let's go to that link. Now this is the link. Now to this link here, to this href attribute, we have to add here route path. So whenever user will click on this sign up, in our URL, after this port number, we have to add route path. And what route path we want to add? We want to add like this sign up. So right now, if you see, our URL is like this. So let me copy this and let me paste here. Right now, our URL is like this. This is our URL right now. Now, what I want to do, whenever user will click on this sign up link, to this particular URL, I want to add route path. How to add route path? After this port number, we have to add /sign up. Like this, I want to add. So this is called route path. This part is called route path. After port number, whatever you have, this is called route path. This is called route path. This is called route path. So how to add like this route path to our URL? For that, whatever route path you want to add to your URL, that route path you have to configure as a value to href attribute. That's it. So here I am saying /sign -up. And here also I will say /forgot password. So now I am saying that whenever user will click on this sign up link, then in our URL, after port number, this route path should be added. If user click on forgot password, then in our URL, after port number, this route path should be added. In the same way, I will go to my sign up JSX file. There also we have one link at the bottom. Here also we have this anchor link, and here we have sign in button. So whenever sign in link, whenever user will click on this sign in link, we have to add route path as sign-in. Right now, I'm just keeping it sign in. Now see here, save it, go back. Now see, I will refresh my application. So I don't have anything after this 5173 port number. Now I will click on this sign up. The moment I click on sign up, I got here sign up. If I click on forgot password, I got here forgot password. So if I click on sign up, I got sign up. If I click on forgot password, here I got forgot password. This is what we call as configuring the route path. So I will take this screenshot and I will add here, so that it will be easy for you when you are referring or revising. That's why see, I am going very, very, very slow. So do you want me to speed up or do you want me to stick with this speed? Do you want me to speed up my explanation or do you want me to stick with the same speed? So I'm just getting one response. What about others, guys?
Same speed, sir.
Huh?
Same speed.
Same speed. Yeah. So for freshers, speed is good, but for experienced people, it is very slow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go slow only because we want to understand the things. So when you are revising, just increase the speed, like make it 1.5 or 2x and watch. So 1 hour video, you can watch within 30 minutes and it will come speed up. Okay. So this is our route path. Now let's go back here. So we have added route path. This is the second step we have to do. Now third step is we have to configure the routes. Configuring the routes is nothing but, or here instead of routes, we can say that configure the route. Configure the route for all components. Configuring the route is nothing but based on route path rendering the component. Based on route path rendering the component. That configuration we have to do. Based on route path rendering the component means, suppose here if the route path is forgot password, then forgot password component should come here. If route path is sign up, then sign up component should render. If route path is sign in, then sign in component should render. So based on this route path, we have to render the component on the screen. How we can do? For that, React Router DOM provides us one predefined component called route. So we have to go to the app.jsx because here we are rendering our components now. Now inside this app.jsx, what you can do? You can import route component. So we have to import some component from React Router DOM. And what component? That is route component. Now remove this both. Now here you have to render this route component. So one route component for sign in and one more route component for sign up. Now to this route component, you have to add two props. The first prop is path and second prop is element. For this route also, you have to add same props, path and element. Here you have to configure your route path. So we are telling to this route component, in my URL, whenever route path is /signin. In my URL, whenever the route path is /signin, in that case, you render sign-in component. In my URL, whenever route path is /signup, in that case, you render sign up component. So this is called configuring the route. So here, this path value should match with your route path, which you have configured in the link. So whenever in your browser URL, in this browser URL, whenever it is a sign up, then it will check, is there any route which is configured with sign up? Yes. In that case, which component need to render? Sign up. So on the screen, it will render sign up component. This is called configuring the route. So I will just take this screenshot and I will add here. Once we done this third step, then what we have to do? Fourth step. Wrap all route component inside the routes component. What we have to do? We have to wrap route component inside the routes component. So there is one more predefined component called routes. So we have to wrap our route component inside the route. So from this React Router DOM, we have to import here one more component called routes. Okay, remember routes. Now inside this routes, we have to keep this both the route. So I will remove this both the route from here first. I will add routes first. And inside that, I will add this both the route. All these are the rules we have to do. All these are the configurations we have to do. So if you do these configurations, then only internally your React will understand based on what route path, which component has to load. So these rules are nothing but we are giving the instruction to React. So whenever in my URL, this is the route path, render this component. If this is the route path, render this component. So now if I go back here, now things are done. See, now here it is /signup. That's why sign up component. Now there is no sign in. But if I click on sign in, I got sign in. If I click on sign up, sign up. See, we are able to switch from sign in to sign up to sign in. But here there is one problem. What is the problem? The moment I click on any link, if I click on any link, my page is reloading. Just keep an eye on this refresh button. I'm clicking on sign up. You will find some moment here. Some moment. Again, if I click sign in, some moment. So here our page is reloading whenever we are visiting any link. So in our React application, we have to restrict this part. How to restrict this part? To restrict this part, we have to replace all our anchor element with link component. So next step, what you have to do here is fifth step. Replace all anchor element with link component and href attribute with two props. So wherever you are using anchor element. So let me go to sign in. Now here I am using anchor element. Here I am using anchor element. So in this component first, you import link component from React Router DOM. You have to import link component from React Router DOM. And here, wherever you are using anchor tag, replace that anchor tag with the link component. Here also link. And this href with two props. Wherever you have href, two props. Same thing in the sign up also. Here also link. Here link. And this href to two props. That's it. Now if I go back here, now if I click on sign up, observe here there will be no movement. Anything went wrong? Anything changed? Link component, two props, sign in. And here also, here we did not import link component. So let's import link component from React Router DOM. Now, if you observe here, we got it. Now there will be no movement. See, there will be no movement here. Now when I am switching, it is very fast, plus there is no movement also. So we are able to implement routing in our React application. So first, let me take the screenshot of this part. And let me paste here. And next, we have to replace our anchor element with link component. So just I will add this. One line, it will be easy for you to understand. That's it. Now, initially, it was something like this. Anchor href equals to / forgot password. And here, forgot password. And then / link component. Sorry, anchor tag, right? Here, anchor tag. So it was something like this. Let me decrease the size, 22. Let me make it like this. So what we have done from here, we have navigated to this part. So anchor we have changed to link, href we have changed to two props. So anchor to link, href to two props. Apart from that, everything is same. This is how we implement routing in our React application. Now, can you guys design forgot password? Can you design forgot password page? So if you go here and if you just search for forgot password page, and if you go to any images, you will get so many images here. So like this, I want you guys to design one forgot password. You can just pick any layout from here and you can design in that way. I just want it should be customized. As per your requirement, as per your thoughts, you customize it. Like this, I want you to create one forgot password. So if I click on forgot password, then we should be able to switch to forgot password page. So if I click on this /forgot, right now nothing is displaying. Here I want to display forgot page. If you want to keep same theme, you can keep same theme also. So now here if I say sign in, I got sign in. Same theme you can pitch, same background color, everything you can keep. Just you need one text box, one button, and forgot password thing. You can just copy paste and you can write the code. So I just want you guys to create one forgot password. So if you are not able to create, in next session, I will create that part. Okay. So now we have created sign up form. We have implemented routing also.